Hello everyone, so our subject for today is crop protection and our topic is all about plant pathology. Okay, so introduction to plant pathology. What is plant pathology? Okay, so pathos meaning disease and logy meaning to study. Basically, plant pathology is a study of plant diseases. So we have two important components in plant pathology. Number one as a science and second as an art. So the first important component as a science, understand the nature of plant diseases. Number one, cause etiology of plant disease. Number two, plant pathogen interaction. And number three, determine the factors affecting disease development. And number four, study methods of control or management of diseases. The second important component as an art, process where science is made useful is doing or applying knowledge gained in science. Number one, plant disease diagnosis. Number two, assessment and forecasting. Number three, recommend control measure. Okay, so the ultimate objective of plant pathology is to control or manage plant diseases so that losses will be brought to minimum. Okay, so we have four characteristics of plant disease. Number one, a malfunctioning process that results in suffering. Number two, generally harmful, detrimental. Number three, produces symptoms, histological or morphological abnormalities. And number four, caused by an agent. So we have three vital processes of plants affected by disease. Number one is root absorption. Okay, so like for example, yung crops natin na banana is already infected by nematodes or Rhadophilus similis sa kanyang roots. Okay, so yung disease that caused by Rhadophilus similis in banana is tinatawag nating toppling disease. So they weaken the anchor roots and the plants can fall. The roots also fail to supply the plants with water and nutrients, causing reduced growth and development. So that is one example of root absorption problem in plants. Number two vital processes of plants affected by disease is photosynthesis. Okay, so example natin is yung fungi is already established or infected the leaves of a plant. Okay, so dahil infected na yung leaves ng plants, ng fungi, so magre-reproduce yun doon mismo sa leaves. So, dadami yung spores, di ba? So, pag dumami na siya guys, matik, magkakaproblema siya sa photosynthesis. And number three vital processes of plants affected by disease is reproduction. Okay, so pag malala na talaga guys yung disease sa ating tanim, talagang magkakaproblema tayo sa ating reproduction. Okay, so this is the importance of plant diseases. Number one, plant diseases endangered our food supply. Second is reduce the quantity and quality of plant produce. And number three, cause financial losses. Number 4 is limit the kinds of plants and industries in an area. 5 is make plants poisonous to humans. And the last one is increase cost of production due to control measures. Okay, so balik tayo kay plant pathology. So alam naman natin na plant pathology is a study of plant diseases. Okay, so what is plant disease? A plant disease is defined any abnormal condition that alters the appearance or functions of a plant. It is a physiological process that affects some or all plant functions. Disease may also reduce yield and quality of harvested product. Disease is a process or a change that occurs over time. It does not occur instantly like injury. Okay, so si disease is a process. Kailangan muna natin ng signs and symptoms bago ma-declare natin na ang isang plants is merong disease, while injury occurs instantly. So, visible effects of disease on plants are called symptoms. Any detectable changes in color, shape, and or function of the plant in response to pathogen or disease-causing agent is a symptom. While signs of a plant disease are physical evidence of pathogen. For example, fungal fruiting bodies, bacterial ooze, or nematode cyst. Sign also can help with plant disease identification. Infectious plant diseases are caused by living organisms that attack and obtain their nutrition from the plant they infect. The parasitic organism that causes a disease is called pathogen. Numerous fungi, bacteria, viruses, and nematodes are pathogens of our major crops. The plant invaded by the pathogen and serving as its food source is referred to as a host. Okay, so any plants that is already invaded by the pathogen and doon na siya kumukuha ng kanyang pagkain, yun yung tinatawag natin guys na plant host. Okay, so ito yung mga types of pathogens. We have fungi, bacteria, viruses, nematodes. Idagdag natin si viroids. So, the role of environment in plant disease. A favorable environment is critically important for disease development. Even the most susceptible plants exposed to huge amounts of a pathogen will not develop disease unless environmental conditions are favorable. Okay, so this is the disease triangle. Okay, so we have 3 factors to consider para mag-occur ang disease sa plant. First is, dapat meron tayong favorable environment. Second is, dapat meron tayong virulent pathogen. Third is, we need a susceptible host. Okay, so if present si favorable environment, virulent pathogen, susceptible host, disease will occur in plants. Then, take note guys na pag may kulang sa 3 factors na yan, disease will not occur in plants. Okay, so dahil present yung 3 factors para sa disease development, ito yung sample picture ng soybean rust disease. Okay, so groups of plant pathogens. First is we have bacteria. Bacteria is extremely small organism requiring microscope to be seen. Bacteria population can increase in number in short time period. Cells clump together in masses called colonies. Also obtain food from dead or decaying organic matter or living tissue. Spread plant to plant by wind, driven rain. Gain entrance through natural plant openings or injuries. So the second groups of plant pathogens is we have fungi. Vast majority are beneficial. Can cause plant, human, and livestock diseases. Most cannot be seen without a microscope. And also lack of chlorophyll. Composed of growing structure of delicate thread-like filaments called hyphae, and reproduce by forming spores. The third groups of plant pathogens is viruses. Most familiar because they cause human and animal diseases such as influenza, polio, rabies, smallpox, and warts. And viruses is the most cause some destructive plant diseases. Measure only about 1/1,000,000th of an inch in size. Are not complete living systems, survive only in living cells, and transmitted by insect which are called vectors. So the number 4 groups of plant pathogens is called nematodes. Round, slender, thread-like worms. Some are parasites on animals, insects, fungi, other nematodes, and plants. Plant parasitic nematodes have a stylet. Most live in the soil and feed in or on plant roots. Okay, so first is survival. Fungi can survive in crop residue, soil, and alternative host. Also, bacteria can survive in crop residue, soil, alternative host, and insect vectors. Viruses can survive in alternative host and insect vectors. Nematodes can survive in crop residue and soil. So, second is dispersal. Fungi can spread through wind, rain, and insect. Also, bacteria can spread through wind, rain, and insect. Viruses can spread through only insects. And nematodes can spread through tillage, equipment, and water runoff. Number 3 is infection. Fungi can infect directly or through wounds and insect feeding. And bacteria can infect through wounds and insect feeding. But viruses can infect through only insect feeding. And nematodes can infect through direct contact. Okay, so we have source of inoculum varies for each disease. Okay, so inoculum is any part of pathogen that can cause disease or initiate plant infection. May be produced on residues left in the field, present in the soil, present in wheat or other crops in the area, present in or on the seed, present in soil sticking to equipment or tools, carried by winds or water, carried by insect vectors, and carried in by animals, birds, and people. So we have penetration of inoculum in infection. Infection occurs when a pathogen successfully enters a plant and grows, reproduces, and spreads within the plant. Pathogen enter a host through natural openings, wounds on plant surfaces, or by penetrating directly into the plant. So we have pathogen survival. Pathogen can survive in soil, crop residue, weed or non-crop host, seed or vegetative plant parts, insects, and mild climates. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. And hoping na may na-learn ka sa ating video. And kung bago ka lang sa ating channel, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell para ma-update ka sa mga susunod natin na video. Then, shoutout na din pala guys sa mga kasamahan ko sa ARC or Agriculture Review Group Chat channel. And kung napanood mo tong video, please leave a comments below para aware naman ako na napanood mo tong ating bagong topic. So, aral ng aral guys, kaya natin to. Okay, so yun lang guys. Maraming salamat. God bless.